I doubt I can find a single person who would answer the question, do you want to be financially free, with a no? Who would want to not be financially free? And yet, it is so disturbing to find so many people confused about their finances, about investments, seeing so many gaps in the understanding of people being confused about what is the right thing to do, what is the right decision to take. I got tired of all of this and I decided to find a solution to most of your questions, if not all. How am I going to do that? Well, let's start with that with the first episode today itself. You would agree that it is going to be impossible for me to answer all your questions about money, finances, economics in one episode. It should not even be possible, and nobody should even make such a claim. However, how about I help you with five simple myths which are going to have a direct impact on your wallet, and the impact is going to be lifelong because you are always going to remember these myths and they are not going to you're going to avoid making many mistakes just by watching this one episode. Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Financial Freedom a la carte, a podcast that answers all your questions about money and investments, gives you unbiased and honest education about personal finance, and most importantly, helps you decode the mystery behind finances and serves you financial freedom one dish, one episode at a time, a la carte. Financial Freedom a la carte is a part of the Paycheck to Profit podcast community. What is Paycheck to Profit? It's an online community for millennials and Gen Zs who wish to build a profitable relationship with money, get financially literate, and manifest wealth using the law of attraction. I'm Manish Ahuja, your host, founder of Paycheck to Profit, and I'm a content creator and a financial abundance coach. Just a quick reminder, if you're watching this episode on YouTube, you can also listen to it on any podcast application of your choice. And if you're listening to us, make sure that you also experience the video format of this podcast on YouTube channel of Paycheck to Profit. The first myth that I want you to break immediately is that your banker has your best financial interest in their mind, or your banker will always give you the best financial advice. Absolutely not. Isn't it strange that the place, the institution which we trust for all our finances does not have your best financial interest at heart? Let's understand this very easily. If I am a banker, what is going to be my priority? Helping you with your financial freedom, giving you the best financial advice, or am I going to do everything in my capacity to maximize my commissions every year, every quarter, every month? My job is to sell products to my customer in any way possible, which will get more and more revenue for the bank. The worst part today is you'll find these bankers representing bank ABC in at the start of the year, and even before the year ends they've jumped to bank XYZ, and then they'll call you, hey, I know you have a bank, I know you have a home loan from ABC bank, but the mutual fund of XYZ bank is a lot better. Why don't you get a mutual fund account, or why don't you just start a mutual fund subscription SIP with bank XYZ? Your banker is just a service provider. Please make sure that you talk to them kindly, but make sure that you make your decisions based on your research and your analysis. Second, the myth that I want you to break immediately is that you need to be a business owner if you want to achieve your financial freedom. If I got $1 for every time I saw a content creator, an author, a speaker say the words, you need to be a business owner if you want to be financially free. You cannot be financially free if you don't own a business. Guess who would have $1 million, and guess who would already be financially free if they got $1 every time they heard the statement? Financial freedom and your actual source of income has very little connection with each other. What you really need is financial discipline. What you really need is financial education. What you really need is proper financial investment plans, irrespective of what is your source of income. If you've been working in the hospitality industry for the last 25 years, why would you leave your job, start a business, risk your money just to achieve financial freedom, which you can anyway achieve provided you start investing your money correctly for the next 5-10 years? You really just need to understand how money works. And by the way, this does not hold true only for people working in the hospitality industry. This works for everybody, irrespective of the fact that if you're a doctor, if you are a engineer, if you are a coder, if you're working in the IT industry, if you're working in the consulting space, everybody, the rules of financial freedom remain exactly the same for everybody, so you don't have to worry. However, One thing that you should definitely do is invest in your financial education. And let me invite you into a free resource that will allow you to get financially literate one email at a time. Let me allow you to enter the Profit Clan. Let me invite you to join the Profit Clan, rather. That's a better way of presenting this. Profit Clan is an online email community of Paycheck to Profit. Imagine waking up every day at 6 a.m. IST, receiving one new email talking to you about a new concept with regards to money, a new concept with regards to investments, a new concept with regards to financial freedom. Every day you are brushing up your finance skills. Every day you're learning something new. Every day you're thinking, contemplating, and introspecting on one new aspect of money. Isn't that exciting? And just with 5 minutes of your time, you are learning more and more about money every day. Scan the QR code that you see on your screen right now and join the Profit Clan, or you will find the link to join the Profit Clan in the show notes below. Moving on, the third thing that you want to understand and the myth that I want you to break is that real estate is a bad financial investment. It bothers me to even see how people lie to you blatantly. Now, why do I say this? 99% of financially free people who I have come across, who I have met, who I know personally, who I have studied, and I am my full time job is studying about money and talking about money. 99% people who are financially free have some exposure to real estate. Real estate, in fact, is one of the best investments that you can make to park your funds, to grow your funds on a consistent basis, to actually get a very healthy return on your investments. The only reason why people, two kinds of people will always tell you that real estate is a bad financial investment. The first kind are the ones who are not going to make any profit out of seeing your money get parked in a real estate property, because they know if you stop your mutual funds, if you don't invest in the investment options that they can offer to you, you will end up investing a very big sum in a real estate property, and that they look at that as their own loss. And the second kind of category of people who will tell you that real estate is a bad investment are the kind of people who cannot afford to buy real estate. Please make your decisions after doing your research. Your financial freedom is your responsibility. Your financial literacy is your responsibility. Consume a lot of content, but also analyze what is the benefit to the other person who's telling you to not invest in real estate, or who's telling you to not invest in ABC or invest in XYZ option. Think before you make any decisions. An extension to this is the fourth myth that I want you to break. The fourth myth is that you can outsource your financial literacy. No, absolutely not. You shouldn't. And this is one of the easiest way to make wrong decisions with money, telling somebody else to manage your money for you, even if it's your spouse, even if it's your sibling, even if it's your parent, for that matter of fact. And I'll tell you a simple reason why. What if that person who is investing on your behalf does not get you good financial returns? What if their risk taking capacity or risk taking attitude is extremely different from yours? What if they make a mistake? You cannot outsource your workouts, you cannot outsource your nutrition, you cannot outsource your sleep. The same way you should not outsource your financial literacy. Plus, it's not rocket science. You really can easily find good financial resources and coaches today. How about I recommend one to you? Your first resource that I would recommend to you is this podcast. Make sure that you are absolutely subscribed to this podcast, or you're following this podcast on the application where you're consuming it right now. Second, your coach. Allow me to introduce myself to you. I am Manish Ahuja. I'm your financial abundance coach. Keep watching my content all the time. I am making a lot of free content on the YouTube channel, the podcast, the Instagram account of Paycheck to Profit, and I'm also sending you a free new email every day. Just take one piece of content at a time. You don't even have to consume everything, but with every piece of content that you actually consume, you will learn something new. So, why are you stopping yourself from that sort of learning? Just take one step at a time, and over a period of 3 months, 6 months, your financial mindset would be completely different. Also, if you would like to know why should you follow this particular channel, the next episode that I'm going to talk about is going to tell you about 5 myths that you should know about before you either use your credit cards correctly, or if you destroy your credit cards. Credit card is a double edged sword. If you use it correctly, it can get you a lot of benefits, but Are all of those benefits worth it? And what are the mistakes that you must definitely avoid when it comes to using your credit cards? If you're interested about that, make sure that you're subscribed to this podcast on the application where you're consuming it right now. The fifth and the most important myth that I want you to understand is that the myth is all transactions in the stock markets are same or similar. That's literally similar to saying that all sorts of automobiles, be it cycles, airplanes, cars, SUVs, trucks, are all the same. It can, nothing could have been closer to falsehood from this statement. There are so many options in which people can buy and sell and trade in shares. Let me give you some perspective. There are short term traders, there are medium term, short term investors, medium term investors, there's long term investing that you can do, there is futures trading, there is options trading. Just comment the word stocks or ask me your questions regarding the stock market if you want more clarity on this subject. I am more than happy to create multiple episodes where I break down multiple financial concepts which you find difficult and explain them to you in a simple manner like this. That is the purpose of this podcast and Paycheck to Profit anyway. Hence, very quickly, let me give you five myths with regards to the myths that I have mentioned to you in this episode. Let me summarize them for you very quickly. Your banker will not give you the best financial advice. You need to understand what you are looking for with regards to your finances and investments. You need to learn and figure out how you can achieve financial freedom and through financial literacy. And you don't necessarily need to become a business owner, you don't need to leave your job, you really just need to invest in your financial journey. Third, you do not have to look at real estate as a bad investment. You really need to analyze and understand, depending on the city where you are in, depending on the country where you are from, is real estate a good option for your country or your city. Also, do not outsource your financial literacy. Please get connected to good resources and learn about financial literacy. It's not rocket science, I can promise you that. And not all transactions that happen in the stock market are the same. There are multiple options, and what option is best for you is something that you really need to figure out. If you found value in this particular episode, let me request you to follow Paycheck to Profit on Instagram as well. YouTube and podcast is a way to give you a lot of content in a consolidated manner. But if you want to learn about money or finances in short form content, in reels, in small text posts, Instagram is a great resource that I would like you to follow Paycheck to Profit on. And a very quick reminder, the Profit Clan still feels incomplete without you if you're not a part of the Profit Clan. So scan this QR code, and just in case if you don't have a QR code scanner, you will find all the links to join Profit Clan or to follow Paycheck to Profit across social media platforms, or even to follow me across social media platforms in the show notes of this episode and in show notes of every episode of Financial Freedom a la carte. It has been an absolute delight to connect with you. If you've liked this episode, I would definitely want you to try the second episode of Paycheck to Profit, which is called Unlock the Abundance. This particular podcast, which is Financial Freedom a la carte, talks about the logic behind the money, about the investment options, about investment opportunities. And Unlock the Abundance talks about the psychological side of money, where I talk about law of attraction, manifestation, and different tools that you can use to change your relationship with money. You'll find the link to find Unlock the Abundance in the show notes of this episode. So make sure that you check that episode and subscribe to that episode as well. Thank you so much for consuming this episode till the end. Thank you so much for staying back. I hope these myths have helped you clear your fog and understand how to use your finances and your money better. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel to get updated about the next episodes that release soon. Until then, please take good care of yourself. It has been an absolute delight to be in your company today. I will now see you in the next episode of Financial Freedom a la carte, where I'll be serving you your financial freedom one dish, I mean, one episode at a time. Until then, please take good care of yourself. Keep going, keep growing.